Thanks to our efforts, 3 vaccines are in the final stage of clinical trials. We are mass producing them in advance so they can be delivered immediately upon arrival.
How do you feel about the fact that Donald Trump is constantly pushing the Gill Bates vaccine? Hey guys, study after study shows that if you want strong bones and muscles, healthy hair, skin, teeth, and nails, you need the 5 types of collagen in your diet. I get mine from BioTrust. I've got a link in the description with a massive discount, and it'll tell you all about it.
Thanks to our efforts, 3 vaccines are in the final stage of clinical trials. We are mass producing them in advance so they can be delivered immediately upon arrival. We will distribute a vaccine. We will defeat the virus. We will end the pandemic. And we will enter a new era of unprecedented prosperity, cooperation, and peace.
I am going to play that again, but before I do, give this video to every single Trump supporter. You know what I feel about Trump. You know what I feel about the magical legislative process. You know what I think about the House and the Senate, Democrats and Republicans, their Title 28, Section 3002, 15A, corporate employees. All you have to do is look it up. 18 USC, Title 28, Section 3002, 15A, the United States means federal corporation. They are corporate entities, corporate agents looking out for corporate interests, and they don't give a damn about you. When you have somebody who's going to be pushing a vaccine, you have somebody who's promoting Bill Gates' final solution. Bill Gates, Gavi's, Rockefellers, the World Economic Forum's final solution. When you have something called Operation Warp Speed and you're going to vote for somebody, you know full well and I want to talk straight to people who are Trump supporters. You know full well that if Obama came up with a program called Operation Warp Speed, where he was just going to basically hand Bill Gates the keys to the kingdom of heaven, the keys to America, the keys to the entire world, to the entire global population, under the guise of keeping them safe with the VAXX that I can't say on pretty much any social media outlet. You know, if Obama did Operation Warp Speed, that's all you would need to be against him. Why are you for a man who's pushing Bill Gates' final solution vaccine into the collective minds of the masses? It's coming. It's here. We're going to prepackage it. We're going to get this thing ready. We're going to make sure everybody gets it. We're going to make sure we're flattening the curve. We're going to kick COVID-19's ass so we can get back to normal and usher in a new era of prosperity. Really, that sounds just like what Bill Gates said. It sounds like just like what the people at the World Economic Forum said. It sounds like exactly what they were saying at the at Event 201. Listen again.
Thanks to our efforts, 3 vaccines are in the final stage of clinical trial.
Thanks to our efforts, 3 vaccines are in the final stage of clinical trial. Trump is taking credit for this. Guys, anybody who promotes the VAXX is promoting Gill Bates, the Gill and Melinda Bates Foundation. I thought you were against him, but now all of a sudden it's no big deal. Doesn't matter. Alan Dershowitz literally said the state has the right to come to your house, forcefully take you out of your house, take you to a government-funded medical facility, roll up your sleeve, and plunge a needle into your arm. And he's going to bring U.S. troops on it to make sure, on American soil, to make sure that all this stuff takes place. Oh, I know they're used to, doing all the war games and stuff, but we can organize and we can mobilize and we can get them on American soil and we can get this vaccine to every man, woman, and child. That's what they intend to do. It's called part of the global reset.
We are mass producing them in advance so they can be delivered immediately upon arrival. We will distribute a vaccine. We will defeat the virus. We will...
The virus that needs to be defeated, that nobody's talking about, and they won't talk about it. By the way, let me just show you where I'm getting this right here. They announced today, September 22nd, what the topics were going to be about between the Biden and Donald Trump debate. By the way, I am going to go live on DLive with this debate. We can all watch this thing together, make our little comments. Let me minimize this right here. This came out today. Moderator announces topics for the first presidential debate. That came out today. The first presidential debate will be held on Tuesday, September 29th at Case Western Reserve University and Cleveland Clinic in Cleveland, Ohio. The format for the first debate calls for 6 15-minute time segments dedicated to topics announced in advance in order to encourage deep discussion of the leading issues facing the country. The leading issues facing the country. You would think one of those issues would be the most vile, detestable, evil organization that needs to be eliminated on the entire planet. The Federal Reserve. Not one word about it. Not one word. And even if they do brush and there might be a verbal glancing blow in passing during the discussion, it will not be substantive. Guys, we got to have sound money. The only reason we can have wars is because we have a dishonest fiat currency Ponzi scheme system. We got to bring the bankers to their knees. We got to take all the assets that they've stole from us since 1913 and return it to the hands of the people. They're diminishing our time and laboring energies, guys. Look at this. Chris Wallace, moderator of the first 2020 presidential debate, has selected the topics for that debate. Oh, thanks. Chris Wallace selected them, huh? Sure he did. Sure, they said, Chris, we're just going to let you take it all. We, the social engineers and the political oligarchs and the corporate media and banking giants in this industry, we're just going to let Chris Wallace pick the topics. Sure you did. Sure. Subject to possible changes because of news developments, the topics for the September 29th debate are as follows, not necessarily to be brought up in this order. Trump and Biden records. Who cares? Who cares? It's all illusion. The Supreme Court. Who gives a damn about black robe tyrants of the Supreme Court who could give a damn about the Second Amendment? Who cares? They don't care about your Fourth Amendment. They don't care about your First Amendment. And they sure don't give a damn about the 10th Amendment. We're going to talk about illusion. We're going to talk about fantasy. We're going to talk about X-ray. They're going to talk about the economy. You know, the fictitious economy that's being propped up by the Federal Reserve that they're not going to talk about. We're going to talk about race and violence in our cities, the integrity of the election. All debates start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and run for 90 minutes without commercial interruption. We will be talking about that here on DLive. But what concerns me is what they're not going to talk about. They're not going to get the IRS monkey, the domestic terror cell known as the IRS, off your back, so that every time April 15th rolls around, you don't have to worry about giving away your income, your hard-earned income, to an entity that's going to waste it and start wars with it and start abortion mills with it. Yeah, they're not going to talk about anything substantial. They never do. Never, ever do. So let's finish out what he said here.
End the pandemic, and we will enter a new era of unprecedented prosperity, cooperation, and peace.
Cooperation and peace. Sounds like the World Economic Forum global reset to me. What do you guys think about this? I really want to hear from Trump supporters. How can you continue to vote for a guy or guys, because Joe Biden's going to do the same thing. He's going to want to bring a VAXX on the horizon too, as fast as possible, as quick as possible for Big Pharma. These guys are Big Pharma industrial representatives. Big Pharma industrial representatives, military industrial complex representatives, biotech industrial complex representatives. Joe, creepy Uncle Joe, and Trump are on the same page with regard to this. The lockdowns, the sheltering in place, the following the guidelines, they're all on the same page. They're singing the same tune. So let me ask you, Trump supporters, how can you continue? And we know Joe, we know creepy Joe's out to lunch. We know Kamala's out to lunch. It's just communism. Cloaked in SJW rhetoric. The progressives have him by the balls. Joe Biden, that is. But how can you support a guy who's actually going to put mountains of money in the pockets of Bill Gates and his henchmen, his buddies? How can you do it? Leave your thoughts. I want to hear it. Don't just leave me a negative. Come on, stick around. Let's debate. Truth fears no scrutiny. Logic will hold up under any assault. Any assault. If it's logical, it stays. It's sound. It's like the Rock of Gibraltar. It ain't going anywhere. I don't care if the tidal waves of the entire ocean pummel it for years and years. That rock is going to stay. So I want to know what you guys think about that. While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm going to cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are going to think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's going to fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.